audio books, man. I know everybody be asking where these stories come from. These stories are real life by real people. No, so there's no fabrication in this situation. And sometimes, I go a little deeper and I might change the lanes or whatever. But I want to introduce one of my brothers now, you know what I'm saying, that's doing time. And he got a story that probably might change your life or might make you think a little more and see what happened in this situation. First of all, I want you to introduce yourself.
All right, howdy, bless up everybody. My name is Shem Morgan. I'm just incarcerated doing a bow at wings. That translates as having a life sentence with the possibility of parole. Um, I got here off in the military, protecting the individual of mine in the military. Was no, what they say, there's no self-defense law back in that day in the area that I was in. So I
Okay.
ended up in prison. So
Let me ask you
the
something.
individual that
What was it, a female or was it a brother? I mean, who was the person that you was actually protecting?
it was a battle buddy of mine. It was a male.
It was
Yeah,
a
he turned
male.
me in.
He
Yeah, he
turned
turned
you
me
in.
in.
Hey
Yeah, so
man,
I ain't got good trust issue. I got trust issues right now. You know what I mean? I'm
hey
pretty
man,
weird.
this got to be crazy because I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to hear the story probably more than the people that's coming online to hear this story, man. I mean, kind of like, can you break down like your background, like where you from, like I said, because I kind of want to see how we ended up in this situation. What exactly where you from?
I mean, I would think I had a typical life. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, high school, college, got into the military. Um, Ended up transferring because due to my skill set, it was needed elsewhere. So they transferred me from where I was into where I ended up. And
No doubt.
while I was there, of course, we socialize, we become friends because we doing time, we out here hunting, learning, you know what I mean, together. So you know how that go, building
Exactly.
bonds, and the individual that I was with, he was there longer than me, so we became like brothers, so to speak. So we did things like brothers.
No
As
doubt.
far as that's how I can, that's how I handle
Let me
it.
ask you
Like,
something. Was you raised by like a mother and father, and how many siblings you got?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Both my parents raised by both and grandparents. And I'm the oldest of five, only son though. Yeah,
Oh, so you got sisters.
yeah.
So almost by nature you're a protected person. Then you could possibly say, you know what I'm saying? You coming up in a family,
You know,
you seeing your
it ain't no
father.
possibly.
I
It's not
mean,
no
I'm just
possibly. Being a man, we already that's first and foremost. That's what we are. Period. Whether you adhere to it or not, that's in your genes.
exactly, and that's just being a man. That's no way around it. That's just being a man, like you say, ain't no
Hmm.
possibility in that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Hmm.
being a man, that's gonna be in your genes. So, like, did you play any sports or anything?
Oh yeah, everything. Football, baseball. I mean, soccer. I did the band. Been in plays. You
Okay,
know, everything. I was at the Million Man March. You understand me? First one up. Yeah, my
no
whole
doubt.
family, my
Which
half
Million Man
family was
March you was at? The last one,
the Million Man one, the first one.
the first one.
Yeah,
No doubt, no
yeah,
doubt.
yeah,
So, how long you
yeah.
been down?
Well, I've been down for 26 right now.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's
I'm looking to come out within a couple of months. I'll come up for parole again. So hopefully I'll make it. This is my fourth time up.
fourth time up, man. I
Yeah.
mean, look, I'm gonna have to slow down, cause but like I know it's a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? People popping in, they saying hi and everything, and I know they want me to ask you to kind of like, cause everybody like you just don't wake up in prison. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like
Nah,
something happens to get here. You know what I'm saying? So let me
no
say,
doubt.
so you was in the military in March. You don't went to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you really didn't have no trouble in childhood or anything like that.
Nah, I mean, just the average. You already know when we're growing up, we're going to rebel against our parents because we're learning our own independence and things of that nature. But that's just the average thing the individual go through just through child development into teenage years and adult years. So ain't nothing serious.
Exactly. So you went off into the military, just so spake. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You went off into the military. What made you go off into the military? Parents in the military?
Oh yeah, I'm a military brat. I'm a military brat.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no
Military
doubt.
run through all black folks generations because that's one thing that we had used in order to get around the Jim Crow era and be able to get a step ahead.
Just to even pay for education, you know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't even afford education.
Exactly.
So if you wanted to go to college or anything or whatever situation, first thing your parent would say, go to the military, you'll be able
Or
to
the
travel for
military.
free and you'll get a good education. That was the things that was said. Like I tell people they might
Exactly.
not know, don't say my father was in the military, so I traveled all the Greece and type of situation. But like, it wasn't my real father; it was my stepfather. You know what I'm saying? My mom had already had 4 kids when he came in part of
Mhm.
our life. You know what I'm saying? And I said it was a real tough job with us because we was like, we was giving him problems. You know what I'm saying? So
No doubt,
we
no
got
doubt.
sit. We got sent back from Greece due to point we was over there acting the fool, you know what I'm saying? Cause we really from
You're
the
right.
hood, so it's kind of like
You're
crazy.
right.
But it was a life changing experience, you know what I'm saying? Just to understand the
No doubt.
structure, you know what I'm saying? To have a father figure in the house, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, you know what I'm saying? Him and my mom separated then, but they back together now because even though we left and came back to Georgia, they never got a divorce. And sooner or later they reconciled or they marriage, you know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful thing. So
That's what's up.
tell me a
That's what's
little
up.
t- tell me a little about the military situation, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the part that you like or you didn't like about the military?
I mean, the military is a mind thing, you understand? So it's not something that I didn't like because I understood the process and understood particular procedures that were put in place in order to implement certain things that are trigger in your mind that they needed. So they needed you to be aware. They needed you to be disciplined. They needed you to be accountable. So these are particular things that they did for you in order to bring that out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't anything bad thing about it. I enjoyed just the openness of having a lot of people. It's a lot of people from all over the world. So you get to expose to many cultures. You become well rounded, very openly social. You understand, tolerant of people's differences and things of that nature. So it's very good character builder if you put it that way. Just as far as
Exactly.
just for on a personal aspect, it allows you to bring that with which is within, bring it out that you didn't know was there, and you get respect for it. You understand? You're not going to be bashed about it. You're going to get respect for it because it's a tool that's being used by the government, and that's a tool that they're trying to sharpen. Unfortunately, with me being my mentality, the tool that they sharpened was a tool that ended up getting me where I'm at.
But this the crazy part, and this the same thing that I think because I don't ran into a couple brothers because I don't did time also. Don't say ran into a couple
Mhm.
brothers that was like in there and they was ex-military. Like it's certain things that you just can't turn off and on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like almost battered goods. Like they train you a certain type of way, and then they think you just supposed to decompress and come into society like everything's like okay, but you already been programmed. So like you say, it took time to get you where you was battlefield ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? On
Mhm.
point at all times. And a lot of things was just muscle memory or whatever situation
That's
you
it. Yeah.
knew what to do in a say and like even if you got shot, you knew how to cut off the bleeding or whatever situation. You just gonna
Mhm.
automatically go with what you was trained to do. So that's kind of crazy. So you in the military, like I want to get to this brother. I want to kind of identify him, like his character, this dude, because he kind of been in the military long. Then you kind of like big brother, you kind of put you on in his wing. So you like this my guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you thinking. So like, how was y'all relationship before like y'all as y'all hooking up?
Well, like I said, the individual, it was on my level. We were of the same age, right, and the same rank and everything. You know what I mean? So there was no difference on that aspect. It was just that he was more familiar because he'd been in the area longer than I have, in the
No,
city established more than I was because I was just fresh there. So basically, it was going through his avenues is how I got introduced into the city. You know what I mean? Found a family in the city, which was, of course, his baby mama's family. What I'm saying, they welcomed me in. So that's how I grew to even have some type of peace or safe haven outside of from the compound to be able to go out into the city and just relax. You feel what I'm saying? So
no doubt. So I mean, where you was on Victory Drive, up and down Victory Drive, cause you know that's that spot, boy.
everywhere.
No doubt.
Baker Village, you already know. We ain't there
Exactly.
no more. You know,
But you know
everywhere.
they don't bar
Uptown.
yeah, they don't bar the soldiers from even coming on the south
I,
side now, man.
Yeah,
It's
I know it.
crazy.
I heard. You already
I
know.
got
BTW, you know what's going on.
exactly.
FNW,
And then I'm gonna say this
Gasball.
too. Yeah, I'm gonna say this too. Now you know every girl in the project had a baby by a military dude. Now that was one of the things, man. I'm talking, they weren't hollering at no dude hustling. They finna go get them a military dude because
Yeah,
they know they
yeah,
gonna get them benefits, boy. So y'all had the
yeah.
cream of crop. I know you was in every hood it was, boy. You were getting the pick of
Yeah, I
the
was around.
cherry.
I was around. I ain't gonna lie. I tip tapped a little bit, but I stayed.
Yeah,
I stayed safe because I knew there was going to be a detriment if I got locked in. So I had to make sure that I was safe at all times because I knew that I'm the one who was the target. You understand? So I had
exactly.
to make sure I was safe. Yeah.
No doubt. So that's real life, man. That's kind of crazy. So like this, like I'm trying to look for this identity of this brother, almost like, don't say, can you kind of describe the dude to me? Because we gonna get to like exactly what happened, but I just want the people to like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like sometimes they say you be sleeping with the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes have a problem with women, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand like that could be your biggest help or that could be your Achilles heel too. You know what I'm saying? All the people said Tiger Biggett say hi, the Frumo Skeleton say what's up, man. They in tune
What's up?
this.
What's up?
I was saying, so
Yeah.
give me the identity of this dude.
Oh, I don't put them up on blast like that because they get
No,
connected with
when I
me.
say the
Oh,
identity, I ain't talking about
case.
his name. I'm talking about his
Oh,
character almost.
oh, well, character. I mean, I guess it was just your average young guy. You know what I'm saying? Being able to finally getting out on their own, being independent, having some money in their hand. You get to rip and run. They don't have nothing holding them down, uh, and just free for all. Getting babies everywhere. Got baby mamas up and down the highways. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we
No
became
doubt.
close. We became close to the fact where I was even shadowing for him. Because, like I said, I'm a man. I'm a man of men. You feel what I'm saying? So he need me to cover for him for one of his baby mamas. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
No
That
doubt.
was my partner. You feel what I'm saying? At the time being. You
Exactly.
feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was close enough to where I was the godfather to his daughter. So that's how close we had got. As far
That's
as all of
crazy.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy, boy. That's crazy. That's tight, tight. That's tight, tight there, man.
yeah.
So yeah, man, I guess you described it to the fullest. You was the godfather of his daughter, you know what I'm saying? So y'all was locked in for real, if you could mind say, man, this your man's man. But let me ask you something, like, cause it's just me, and sometimes I know I'm gonna say this, it almost sound crazy. You know, sometimes I see a nigga and I be like, man, you know, I just slap the shit out of him and he ain't even did nothing, but I know he gonna do something. Cause you just see
Mm.
certain things in the dude, you be like, man, you know, son just telling me just go ahead and slap the shit out of him because later on he gonna do something. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I wish I would have slapped the shit out this nigga. Did you ever see anything like that with this dude, man?
Nah, it's just like I say. I've always been mature at my age, at a young age. I was a man before I was a teenager. If you
No doubt.
understand. Um, so through my own psychological development and maturity, I was able to analyze, you know, what I'm saying, just his own mannerisms, the things that he dealing with, and seeing how he dealing with what he dealing with. And I can understand, the issues that they have because, as a man, you got to deal with them yourself, especially if you don't have a mentor or someone that's already been through it. So you walking through it day one, fresh, you know what I'm saying,
No
fresh
doubt.
experience. So I watched that and I understood certain decisions that they make. So I don't hold nothing against him about some of the decisions that he made, except for the last one, you know.
Okay. Let me ask. I do this for the people because they be tuning in. Can you show them a picture of the cell a little bit, cause for they can know that you actually in jail? They may think, you know, what I'm saying, we got the little like the effects going on, man.
Man, y'all don't want to see this Tasmanian devil hole right here.
It's
I'm trying to
tight,
get it.
boy.
Hey, but I mean, hey, it's on y'all. Ain't no thing with me. Here go my spot is run down. Like I say, the system has been run down since I want to say since 2014. Well,
No
really
doubt.
since 2012, the system
For
been
real.
run down. And these buildings that they have they over 20 years old. They've never been fixed on, and you got to understand when you have thousands and thousands of men that have come through here with their mental disturbances of being away from their families and loved ones. So they going through it, they stressing. So they just become destructive. So a
No
lot of
doubt.
the space has been destructed and it has not been reconstructed yet. So here go one of the examples. This is my locker.
I see you got that literature in there, boy. You got that literature in there for real.
And
No doubt.
you see that? I don't have any door on it. There's
Yeah,
no
I'm turning
door.
them into knives.
Okay then, so you know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. You see in
Yeah.
back of me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's my front door. My celly box.
Exactly. Yeah. That iron horse, boy, they don't know nothing about
You
that iron horse.
you
Man,
understand?
exactly. You know what I be telling brothers that they don't understand? I said, let me tell you how serious things in prison. Spitting in the sink could get you stabbed. They don't even understand that. That's how serious it is in prison. Spitting in the sink can get you stabbed, bro. You don't spit in the sink, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, but you know what I'm saying? It's real like that with these type of issues. I appreciate you doing that, know what I'm saying? For the people, and my whole thing is like, why should you pay for what we already don't pay for? Know what I'm saying? Like you showing everybody like how these situations happen. And that's why I always be trying to get that thought process where we at, know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like I said, I did 15 years in prison also, don't say all closed security. And I actually got pushed out from the state. I actually left in 2010 and went to the feds. Know what I'm
Bless
saying?
up,
I was
bless up.
yeah, they kicked me out. I had to start do-wopping in the state. Know what I'm saying?
Right,
Going back to the counts 2 or 3 times. But I wasn't
right.
like a problem inmate due to the point that it was physical. I was mental. Know what I'm saying? I mean, I always worked in the law library. Actually got my paralegal license while I was down and able to overturn my case. But at the same time, I was all about my money. You know what I'm saying? You got to get education and economics, and then that'll get your freedom. You know what I'm saying? So while I was in there, I was at war with the administration because I control the economics inside prison. I'm always gonna make it money, you know what I'm saying? And like how you say,
Mm-hmm.
the prison flip due to the point they push the old out for they could bring the new in. Cause they know that the old was gonna school with the new, and they didn't want the new and the old to mix. You know what I'm saying? So
Brother,
it's crazy. I'm
yeah,
surprised they
bro.
push you out. Yeah, cause you
They
sound
trying
very
to.
educated.
They trying to. They say when I came in and I was introduced to what you call litigators. These are prison
Exactly.
litigators. Every
No doubt.
building you went to, you was gonna run into some litigators. Every
No doubt.
yard you went to, it was gonna be a group of litigators on that yard to where the
Exactly.
young ones were gonna be able to learn the law, learn how to investigate their case, learn how to shepherdize cases, learn how to file proper forms and appeals and motions and things of that nature to get them out of the scared tactic that society brainwashed with, thinking that we not victims, and they are
No.
not our superiors. We don't work for them. They work for
Exactly.
us. They are employees of the state. They are public servants, and we are the public. They've been put in a position in order to provide us with what? A service. And if that service is not provided at a particular standard that is mandated to be, then there's particular procedures that set up for us to address that as redress and to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do. Now, what's going on now is that you got a lot of the young individuals that don't know that, and they still scared because they still young. They're not men, they're young boys. It's a
No
difference.
doubt.
So they scared, and the administration know that, so they use that to the advantage. And also they use COVID as an excuse to try to keep us out of the law library. So that's why no individual is able to go to the law libraries and be able to study their case since
Man, you
what,
know we stayed in
2018.
that law. We stayed in that law library, man. Like you said, them litigators, them pen pushers, boy. The pen more mighty than the sword, boy. They hate when you push that pen and you got knowledge. I used to tell every brother, and it sound like you know the SOP, you know what I'm saying? Standard operating procedure. I tell the officer, I know your capacity of your job better than you do. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
ward and care treatment, the ward over security, and the other ward. I know what I know the counselor's job, you know what I'm saying? What they supposed to do. And then once you know their job, then they got to do their job.
Yeah, but me being from where I'm from and being now where I'm at, it's become a detriment to me because now I'm the one that's targeted. I'm the one that's been red flagged right now in my file because of the knowledge that I have. So I'm dangerous on every prison institution that I go to. So they don't allow me to be around the big populace at a long period of time. So they always keep me
Exactly.
moving, and they keep me in the different buildings, keep me transferring to different prisons. I was just where I'm at right now. The reason why I was transferred here is because back in 22, I went to the 11th Circuit Appeal and I won
Okay.
to an extent,
No
meaning that
doubt.
everything that I claimed and pushed, they agreed with. And then they came at me and they said, okay, what you said is correct. Now show me the proof. And
No doubt.
I didn't have the proof. And that was in August of 22. It wasn't then the Most High sent me my blessing in 23. And in 23, I found out how to get the evidence that I needed.
No
So in
doubt.
23, I filed for it. I filed for it in December of 23. January of 23, I got the evidence that I needed. So I filed my HABE. But in the process of filing my HABE, being that I knew that once I filed my HABE, they was going to put me on the bus, I helped 13 other individuals file their HABEs as well. So once I
Hmm.
filed my HABE, they seen my information and then they automatically connected and they knew that I had helped these other 13 individuals file their HABE.
Exactly.
So then they set me up. They set me up with contraband, knives, all type of stuff in order
No,
to raise my security and give me an immediate transfer, and that's how I got transferred. Yeah,
Now, let me ask you something. Do this, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't even understand.
ain't work.
A
Go
lot of
ahead,
people
brother.
don't understand this too. People think that the system is fair and it's just. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They don't understand that the game has been rigged against us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the point like how they say you innocent until you proven guilty, you guilty until you proven innocent. Just like you say, they know that you absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? And I tell a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, it's not to the point you guilty, it's the point that you don't know how to prove your innocence. And then once you learn how to prove your innocence, they start to play these reindeer games, you know what I'm saying? Start like coming
Yeah.
up with conclusions of stuff that you be like, man, we talking about the car, y'all talking about the engine. Like they try to throw you off. But one thing about me, even in my situation, I was almost in your situation, but I won a certificate of appealability, you know what I'm saying? In the
Okay.
11th Circuit, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's hard to get a certificate of appealability, you know what I'm saying? But people don't understand law ain't number wordsmith, you know what I'm saying? Who could
Yep.
best, you know what I'm saying, construe the law to what it really is supposed to mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like me telling you that in one word took my case all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. It was subsequently. You know what I'm saying? Due to the point, I was tried and stayed in the feds on a drug charge, but the feds, you know what I'm saying, tried me as my second offense, which I never had
Right.
got out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had caught an offense, you know what I'm saying, got found guilty in the state. Then the feds picked up the charge and charged me in the federal and gave me 20 years, you know, said mandatory 20 years to life due to the point they were saying it was my second drug offense, but it was only my first drug offense
First.
because I didn't get out there and commit another. And I took that
Right.
one word, but I knew the whole time that it was a legal sentence, you know what I'm saying, that they had gave me, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
it took that long and it took me all the way to, and guess what they were saying? We knew
Right.
you were right the whole time. We just wanted you to exhaust your money. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have enough money to fight that for. But while I was in prison,
Yep.
I steady made money. You know what I'm saying? So I always had money for lawyers and law books and everything. So that's the way. And then when I got to the Supreme Court of the United States of America, they granted me 2 law forms for pro se to work my case. So, hey, man, you on the right track, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when you get on the street, continue to fight. Because guess what?
Oh,
We make case law.
oh, I already did that. You know, I already
Okay.
did that. But I put it to you like this. Pardon self, brother. One of my partners just stepped in. We doing some
No
things,
problem.
but here you go, bro.
We live, baby. So you know it
Okay,
is
you
what
all
it.
right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Reason why
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying,
One more time.
handle your business.
Yeah. So what I have right now, I'm Rastafarian. Okay.
No doubt.
So where I'm at is okay. Where I'm at is I knew I didn't have enough money in order
No
to pay
doubt.
finance my way out. So I had to devise a plan in order to get the money.
No doubt.
So God blessed me with that too.
Exactly. He gonna make a way, boy. Man, for real.
So what he did was I was able to learn how to file a lawsuit,
Exactly.
and the Most High sent someone in my path in order to teach me the state remedy of exhaustion that no one knew about because the feds won't tell you.
No
Because once
doubt.
you go through all those years and go all the way up and get to them, the judge is going to knock you down saying that you didn't exhaust all your remedies, but he won't tell you
Exactly.
what remedies you didn't exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
So it just so happened I was at a particular prison, another location, and a white guy was hearing me speak about. I was giving the brother some knowledge about lawsuits and teaching them about the law and the SOPs and LOPs. And the white guy heard me and he pulled me to the side. He said, "Listen, brother, I hear what you're doing. You're doing something good, but I don't want you to waste all your time." And he explained to me, this is what you're missing." And he gave it to me.
No
So once
doubt.
he taught, so once he taught me about the state remedy to exhaust, exactly what I did. And when I followed proper procedure and I filed it the right way, all hell broke out.
Exactly. Boy, they come at you then on the man. They hey man, you don't learn too
I was
much.
I was transferred 14 days later. They put me in a hole when they found out. They rolled me in a hole for 14 days. Then on the 14th day, they put me on the bus again.
Man, this
Okay.
crazy. People don't understand how much they try to hide the truth, man. I mean, they will try to erase the truth. They'll try to rewrite the truth. Everything, man. This is crazy. So with that situation, you learning, you know what I'm saying, to exhaust your remedies, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you at now with the court system?
Okay. At this particular time, I'm awaiting to go to my status hearing on the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I prosecuted it myself. I filed it in 2021. Okay. I
Thank you for
prosecuted it
the hearts.
myself. The
The people just send the hearts. I just told them
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you
I
for the
see
heart.
it. I see it. So
Okay.
what happened was, the district judge and the magistrate judge that I had in the area that I was in was Klan area, Klan and Fed area.
No
So
doubt.
my district judge, I found out, was a Klansman.
No doubt. Can you tell her what the district this was? You know what I'm saying? Like for the people like Mike, maybe for they could know. I mean, I'm on the knowledge, bro. And I ain't hiding no lies. I mean, I ain't hide. Like people want you to, you know what I'm saying, hide the lies or whatever situation. I mean, if you feel like it'd be a
I
replication,
Yeah, I know about the replication. I'm
yeah,
being replicated right now. I'm That's why I got people on standby waiting for me to run in. Oh yeah, this ain't no play. This ain't no play. I know what's going on. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So this is in your Valdosta district.
Okay, yeah, you right, boy. That's tough, boy. Them
So,
state troopers don't even play down there, boy. I'm talking, but they straight clean,
yeah.
boy. They don't even look you in the eye. I'm talking, they look at your feet, boy, and still call you boy
Mm-mm.
down there. I promise you.
They wouldn't want to see me.
But they don't play, boy. I'm telling they redneck to the fullest, boy. I'm talking clan man to the fullest. I'm talking they don't even play, boy. They
Yo,
ready to kill you. State troopers ready to kill you, boy. You even breathe wrong.
well, I'm here now.
No
But just don't
doubt.
tell nobody I'm on the way. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them you on the way, baby. Hmm.
Yeah. So just let me go ahead and get a blessing that God gave,
Okay.
and we'll just let it be like that. All
Okay.
right. You already know our brother, our honorable brother Cochran,
Mm-hmm.
that they snatched from us because they knew what was going on, because he found out what was going on.
Exactly, for
Because
real, boy.
so just to let y'all know, just because we look the same, we ain't all the same. So y'all make sure y'all understand that and y'all use discernment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the brother went to Oprah and Jordan, and you can all have somebody go to him and ask him, drill him.
You could
Yeah.
Google this.
The brother the brother went to Oprah and Jordan and told him, say, look, you give me $1 million, I go down there and get about 65% of the population out just on
I I
technicalities.
I
You feel what I'm
remember
saying?
that.
Now
I remember
listen,
that.
two two months later, 2 months later, how the brother dead
No,
from
he went to the
cancer.
hospital. I think he supposed to have a headache or some shit, and then come back out.
Listen, he said he was dead from cancer. He died from cancer. That was the story. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
But
I was in
that
there
was
at the
that
time
was
too. I remember that,
so
man. He said he could come and free all these brothers that was locked up. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was
okay.
90%. You say 65%. I think he said
I mean,
90%. Yeah.
well, being that I know what I know, because I know what he know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can say 95%.
Man, listen, check this out, man. When I
Now I'm going to give it to you because you got it on thing. So I know these little question marks and things go off in individuals' head, because they go off in my head, because things sound real juicy that I want to sink my teeth into, but I ain't gonna bite it because I don't know if it's real food. You feel me?
no
So
doubt.
I'm gonna go ahead and get a real food, just so y'all know that it is in possession. It does exist. It's not just something that's being spoken about. You understand? It is. So this is it. All right. So what the brother said was how to get people out of technicalities in
Mm.
in 2017. Once I got transferred to another prison 2016, the end of 2016. So beginning
Okay.
of 2017, I was able to get online and tap back in 2017, and had an associate of mine, and I had the associate of mine find the motion that the brother had in the court that was limbo, because there was nobody to continue prosecuting, because this state had barred his firm from practicing criminal law,
That's
but they
crazy.
could practice federal law and lawsuits and stuff like that, but they couldn't practice criminal law here. They had to go across the border over there in Alabama. But
Okay.
this place don't respect no Alabama laws, so we can't use that firm over there. I done tried, trust me. I
No
done wrote
doubt.
them, I told them, you know what's going on. Yeah, no
Exactly.
stone unturned. Yeah. So but anyway, I I had the brother find the his motion and he printed it out for me and sent it to me. And I, 2000, I filed to the Supreme Court,
Okay.
but it got denied due to timeliness, meaning that at that particular time when I had to file it, my building got locked down. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm locked down in the cell. Ain't no officers coming to the building. They know, and no, the library is not coming to the building. So we just here.
No
And
doubt.
I had in order to mail to get my stuff notarized and get it enveloped and mailed. That
What?
time had expired. So when we finally do come off of lockdown from a security issue that happened somewhere on the compound, but not in my building, that same day, I go straight to the library. I go to the law library section. I go to the librarian. I request notification. I get notarized everything, put it in the envelope, and I walk straight to the mailbox. Boom. This was what 7 days after after the expiration date for it to be turned in. Yup.
That's
So
crazy.
so when it went and my answer came back as being denied as being untimeliness, of course I wrote for a reconsideration, and the secretary sent me back and said that I can't get reconsideration.
That's crazy.
Okay, so that was 18, right?
Yeah, I'm riding with you, man. I'm riding with you.
Bruh, I thought I was gonna be able to give the world what we needed.
No doubt.
So I was trying to prove it. So when I can show and prove it, now I can give it and multiply it and spread it. You feel what I'm saying?
Man,
I was ready. I was amped, and I kept it to the chest. You feel what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
I kept it to
Exactly.
the chest so I can ensure that it get done.
Exactly. For real, boy. And they hit you with the anti-theft penalty act, you know what I'm saying? Barred you untimely.
So my heart, it hurt right now. I ain't
Hey,
even gonna play
man,
it. It
I can
hurt.
feel the pain now, boy. It's like having a baby that you can't even deliver, boy. It's crazy.
So, which how now how I can understand how women feel when they start carrying and they have miscarriages or
Exactly, man.
stillborn.
Man, that's
I
good
feel
analyzation.
that pain.
That's
I'm
good
trying to tell you,
analyzation, boy.
I feel my baby pain, man. I feel my baby pain. She
Man,
may
that's
not think I
crazy.
do, but I do. I feel
Mm,
my baby pain
crazy,
because
man.
you got to understand that was going to release all of these sons, all of these fathers that
No
our
doubt.
kids need. This is what we need in order to build up the nation and to strengthen our nation. It's us
Exactly.
that y'all need.
No
Y'all
doubt
don't
for
need no
real.
money. Y'all don't need no money. Y'all need
Exactly.
us. Y'all don't need no money. Trust me. I
No
got
doubt.
that right here. I got it all. Trust me. I
Man, for
got it
real.
all.
For
Trust
real.
me. I'm the first multi-quadrillionaire that you'd have never seen in your this life. You understand me? Bigger than Solomon. You hear me?
No
Most
doubt.
blessed than David. You understand me? More friend than Ibrahim. You understand me? Like the one Adam. Yeah, for real believe that. But
Know that. Know that. You ain't gotta believe that. Know that. Don't say know that. And guess what? A lot of people might hear you talking and they think, oh, it sounds good. This real life. These real
okay,
mathematics. Right in
okay, then,
exact.
okay. So let me break down the math then to you. All right. So what Brother Cochran discovered was this state does not adhere to its laws,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and it leaves a loophole in order for them to fraud everybody, and
Exactly.
the perpetrators to be held accountable due to the loopholes that they've written into it.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of getting in your feelings, We just gonna keep it clear and keep it business and keep it gentleman. We just gonna play by the rules. It's Monopoly. We playing the game of Monopoly or the game of
Exactly.
life. So let's just play by the rules, and everything will be respected because they got the by the rules that they set.
Exactly.
So all you got to do is use their rules. So what the brother discovered was is that when individuals are indicted, their indictments are not valid.
Exactly.
The only way that an individual can be convicted by a court is it has to have an indictment by a grand
Exactly.
jury. It's in the Constitution. Y'all look it up.
Hey, boy,
Now
I
it's
know
a
exactly what you
process.
going, boy. Go ahead.
It's a process. Now this indictment has to be an indictment
Exactly.
because this indictment is what confers jurisdiction to the court in order to give them allowance to prosecute. So if that indictment is not right, then that court didn't get what? Jurisdiction
Exactly.
in order to prosecute, which will render any judgment that it renders
Void.
null and void. And this is
Exactly.
what the brother found out. So if anybody's indictment that you find out is not an indictment, then their judgment is void. So
And
they have been incarcerated unlawfully. That's what it
and
says,
can I say
unlawful.
this? A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people wouldn't even indict him. A lot of people would send us under accusation numbers instead of
Okay,
indictment
then,
numbers.
right. But the thing is this, and y'all look this up because you got to understand what has just occurred. Trump gave it to us. I peeped it. Now I'm about to give you the game. Remember when Trump got indicted with all them indictments that was going on down there in Florida with his brother and all that, this, that, and the other. And then all of a
As-
sudden, later on, when he get nipped in the ear and he get to drop the tear and to get on stage and everything, then later on, a couple of days later, a week later, whatnot, then the district judge come back and the judge talking about this all of it was dismissed. Y'all want to know how all of them get dismissed? It wasn't
how?
got nothing to do. It wasn't got nothing to do about the little nip in the ear and anything of that propaganda and all that little screenplay and smoke screen they got going on out there with the media to trick
Exactly.
everybody with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do about that. What they got to do about is this: if they paid attention in the court hearing when the indictment was being handed down, because this is a personal process that the court must take in order for indictment to be valid. One, this is what takes place. The individual's locked up. The district attorney must now panel a grand jury. The grand jury must be paneled. And they must be sworn in. Okay. Then once they're sworn in, then the foreman is sworn in. Then once the foreman is sworn in, then the witnesses are brought before the grand jury, and the witnesses are sworn in. And then they provide what? Sworn testimony to the grand jury. And what this does gives the grand jury venue. This is how the grand jury gets a venue. This is the only way the grand jury gets venue. There is no other way that the grand jury can get
Boy,
venue.
speak it,
So
boy,
once the
speak it.
grand jury gets venue, then they get the testimony from the sworn in testimony. Okay, then the district attorney gets what's called a presentment, which is already written up with charges and whatever the case may be that you want to put on it, and he is presenting this to the grand jury. It's paperwork. Grand jury foreman receives it. The grand jury foreman with the grand jury, now they leave the courtroom and they go back into deliberation. Now, once they return from deliberation, then the foreman of the jury will hand the decision, which is the presentment that the grand jury gave to them. Either it will be stamped a true bill or it will be stamped a no bill. A true bill, then that presentment will be called an indictment.
Boy, you
If it's
ain't doing
stamped
nothing
a
but
no
speaking the
bill,
truth, boy. You
if it's
speaking the
stamped a
truth,
no
boy.
bill, then that means it is not an indictment.
No doubt.
Now, the foreman's signature must be on this.
Mm.
His signature, not no stamp. His signature is John Hancock. And there's a reason why, because that signature is just like your lifeblood. But we
Hmm.
get into that later on another segment if y'all would like to do that. But
Yeah, you know we
anyway,
got to do it, boy. You driving too many jewels. And can I say this? A lot of people don't, man, exactly what you talking about, man. Guess what? I was on the same situation, and I showed these brother this one thing in Columbus, Georgia. This is crazy situation about Columbus, Georgia. Guess what? You could go look at the grand jury pool. And guess what? In the last 2 years, the grand pool jury is the same, bro. It never changed, bro. The signature, everything. And you know, every 6 months, the grand jury got to change the pool of the people that sit on the grand jury. How the
Man,
hell? Man, listen.
I understand that. I already did that, but see, those were the steps that Cochran went through.
Mm-hmm.
See, he wasn't just doing it for one particular client.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing it for all of us, but he wasn't
Exactly.
going to tell nobody. He was doing it for all of us. So
Man,
what he did was he came up with a universal application,
exactly.
but he wasn't able to finish it. So
Mm. Boy,
2023, I finished it.
boy, that's crazy.
I finished it
That,
2023,
that's crazy.
and then
And
like I said, I filed it 2024.
man, can I let me say this too? And cause this ironic that me and you talking, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, I was able to free myself, bro. That's how tough I got with this law situation. But you know, one thing they helped me, they tried to hurt me, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 consecutive sentences, you know what I'm saying, running wild. I had 55 in the state and I had 30 in the feds. Since they couldn't handle me in the state, you know what I'm saying? They sweet part. Look, you gotta understand, I got a complete recidivism act in the state with 55 years, you know what I'm saying, which is unparolable. I got to do the maximum sentence. They thought they called they still being slick. They paroled me out. They paroled me out to the feds. No, they parole. Listen, when I think I'm
I
leaving,
know that, right?
look, the feds waiting at the front gate for me, you know what I'm saying? In the black
No,
SUVs. So the feds get me go straight to the federal penitentiary. And like when you go to the feds, a whole nother monster, cause you ain't riding no buses no more. You jumping on planes. No,
yeah,
we
yeah,
going in
you know,
whole airports and hangars and
yeah,
stuff like this. But at the same time, the feds play fair. So boom, I
yeah,
get over
yeah,
there.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Fed. Listen, what I figured out. Remember how you said they untimely you? They had a situation where they tried to untime me too. But guess what? The people don't say, and this when God be talking to you, you know what I'm saying? When you get a divine intervention, listen, they barred me for being untimely. They tried to say that I was barred me from doing untimely. Guess what? I went back to find out. Guess what? As long as you got something in the courtroom, they cannot bar you for being untimely because it told the time. I went back and filed an old motion that I wrote to the, no, the Supreme Court judge that he never ruled on. And guess what? It told all the time, all the way back to show that I wasn't time barred, bro. Got him on it, boy, and took it all the way to the Supreme Court. I'm talking, man, that's
Hey, that's what the litigators, that's what us litigators call bobbers. When we bobbing for catfish, meaning we got our bait at the bottom. We ain't
mm,
worried about it because we got them bobbers out there. We
exact,
fly fishing over here, you know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Snatching this up. But we
exactly,
got bobbers out there. So we ain't worried about them. We'll go get them later. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Whenever. You know what I'm saying? So
man, exactly, man. Listen,
that's how
man,
we had to learn in order to protect ourselves, in order to be able to build the steps to be able to get out of here and guarantee ourselves because we knew how they play.
and man,
Yeah,
and I don't really even
I got
say
the
this,
same
no.
things.
And listen, let me show you something like man, like how you say you've been fighting. Even when I've been on the streets, I've been fighting, bro. I had a situation, man, that I had made it all the way off paper with the feds and the state. Do you know the state came back and re-put me back on paper? And then I went to a parole hearing, you know what I'm saying, that they were finna put me back in the penitentiary. But I had, you know what I'm saying, he didn't do nothing. Brian Steele, the same lawyer that, you know what I'm saying, Young Thug had, you know what I'm saying, which he didn't even come to my parole hearing. So you see how high power I was going. But I got a dude named William Kendrick that actually helped me get out the feds, meaning that once I had got my conviction overturned, do you know Columbus wouldn't even sign the paperwork for me? I'm telling you, it just sitting on the desk. They wouldn't move, you know what I'm saying? I had to pay a file for a lawyer to go tell them, like, y'all got to sign the paperwork. And then they gave me a immediate release, you know what I'm saying, to come out. But listen, with this
Hmm.
same lawyer, this is my partner to the day. This is my man. You know what I'm saying? He the top lawyer in Columbus. Ask anybody, Will Kidger.
No problem. Just
Listen,
send them my way. I send them to my lawyer.
yeah, listen, man, William Kendrick, he be everything coming through. Now, this my man, and seeing how me and you talk, he called me and we talked just like we talk. But listen, when I went to my parole hearing, right, everything they get what they charged me. They charged me with a change of address. This, but man,
Hey,
listen,
they try
man,
anything to slow it up. You know how they do.
hold up, man. This the only thing, man. I ain't never been hurt in my life, bro. Listen, bro. Do you know how it feel when you been lied on, bro? Like, listen, I do crime.
Yeah, I
I'm a real
do.
criminal. bro, when you
Sure.
ain't did nothing to go back to jail, when your parole officer say, I don't even know this dude, I ain't never seen him before. He was a very bad client. You the one that gave me a motherfucking condition to get off parole. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I had my passport. I had pictures over there in China and over there in front of
Listen,
the Eiffel Tower, bro. You know what they said in the hearing? What this nigga doing on that horse, Mayor? I mean, it's like, oh, with the dango.
what
Like,
they doing on that man?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
nigga had
said,
to, this nigga had,
but
but this nigga had enough nerve to go to Italy over there in front of the Eiffel Tower and go to China and come back. Man, listen, but
oh,
let me,
I'm about
but
to
let me,
go to Ethiopia. What they talking about?
man,
I
listen,
already got my I already got my stuff packed.
look, bro. Let me show you how they tried me though. What they did to me, bro. They didn't even revoke anything. You know what them folks did? Them folks sent
Mm.
me to a mental health institution for 180 days, bro. And I'm talking about no paperwork involved, no nothing, bro. They sent me straight to I mean,
Mm-mm.
this is the first time, like, I don't did time all my life, bro. This is the first time I
Mm.
ever prayed to God for my sanity, bro. Everybody around me was crazy. I'm talking about cutting themselves in the head, pulling worms out, pulling stuff off their skin. I'm talking about when I first got there, they told me, if you want to kill yourself, don't worry, we got medication for that. I said,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Man,
Mm.
I said, man, listen here, bro. Listen, you could deal with criminal. You can't deal with the insane, bro. I was in there with the
Man,
insane, bro. I prayed to God, man,
you
don't
not
let
li-
me lose my mind.
you not listening. I done been there. They got one here. They got one here. Trust me. The
Man,
whole compound. The whole compound. And then the administration just about as nutty as them.
man, you gotta
So
be
so you
crazy.
so you got me walking on both sides, just like this here, every time. Cause
Man, you can't you in a
no
place
no
where you can't even get no
no
help, bro. You ain't got
no
nothing
no
around you. It's
no
over
no
with.
no, I'm by my I'm solo dolo.
Man, this crazy, bro. Man, and man,
What's your talking say? Who can you trust
man,
when
wait,
they
who
have
can you
your
trust?
back? Who can you trust when the
Mhm.
enemies come strapped? Who
Man,
can you trust? Who can you trust in this
man.
times of greed? Who can I trust to watch out for me? I'm just trying to tell you, man.
Hey,
I do.
you know one of my sayings that I tell a couple of my partners too. I say, hey man, who can you trust when you lie to yourself? Hey, listen, man, you got a lot of people lie to themselves, bro. If
All
you
right.
can't listen, bro, listen, you make a lie to somebody else, but never lie to yourself, bro. Like some of these
Mm.
people start, cause I got artists that I deal with. You know, they lie so much that they start believing that they really the individual that they rapping about. I said, man,
Man,
if you don't,
man, listen. Let me tell you, they do the same thing in here because you know what they say. You come in here and you can become anybody.
man, you come anybody, boy. You come
You know how I
anybody.
go.
Man, you
You know
come
what I'm saying?
anybody. I'm telling you, they in there,
Hey,
college professors, doctor, lawyers, everything, man. You get on the street, man. You ain't need the trash, man. You ain't need the janitor. Hey, look, and then you gotta answer. Next time you talk to an answer, say, so the junkies don't go to jail, huh? Everybody
boom.
kingpin.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got some of the biggest pushers that was out there in here
El
on it.
Chapo in
I'm
there,
talking
ain't him?
about who?
Man, this here, like I said, I don't done it, bruh. But you
And you
know,
already know how I go.
man, it's crazy, but
Like
you
a
know what? A lot of them brothers, man, like you say, if you got the right caliber of people around you, you can elevate. See, what they were making a mistake at, they kept on sending me to them level 5 counts. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in them level but when I'm at the level 5 count, it's a reason of respect. And these brothers don't been down so long that they trying to find any type of weight. So when they see you making a weight, just like you say, you got a dude that been down 20 years and then he had a stove call since 89. Once you start giving him stove and stuff and showing him how to make a way, how to control these economics inside these prisons, you know what I'm saying? To build because like I used to have a whole van pulling up, bringing people visitation that ain't been to visitation in 10 or 15 years. Man, I'm gonna get your people
did
here,
that,
bro. I mean,
did that,
that, huh?
did that, did
But get
that.
what?
Bro, I done did all that. Bro, I done had classes. Just let me
That's
tell
good.
you, this is what's going on. The drugs got the generation. The drugs got
Man,
the generation.
I
I'm
believe it,
giving
boy.
to them. I can snatch them. I can like fly fishing. I can snatch them in real quick. But after the distraction of the environment, it got so much pressure up on them that if they can't put their hands on it, they ain't gonna believe it,
And
and they
then
ain't gonna
get
put
what?
no energy into it.
And then the
So
crazy
that's why I'm
part,
pushing to try to get the evidence so I can show and prove. You feel what I'm saying?
man, get what? This is the crazy part. I got a partner, bro. This ain't no lie. He's still in prison. I was in prison with him. I don't got out, got him a lawyer and everything from,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He helped me get a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? Due to the point he gamble good, you know what I'm saying? So I had a betting app, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We made like $10,000 on one bet on the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? And I took all the money and gave it to the lawyer. Do you know he got mad at the lawyer because the lawyer wasn't moving like he wanted to move and took the money back from the lawyer to finish gambling? And then let me tell you how crazy his
See
case
what I'm
is.
saying?
Let me tell you how crazy it's crazy. It's three brothers on a case, on a murder case that they did not do point real in Columbus, Georgia, and got convicted with no evidence at all. Then they have not no evidence. And guess what? One of the brothers got out due to the point. Guess what? He filed his appeal on time. They don't let the other two brothers out just because they didn't file their appeals on time, bro. And it's their lawyer fault. I was trying the same issues and everything. One of them got out because he filed his on time, and the other two brothers bullshitting around, playing with these lawyers. Because the one under the one Lil Hand, you probably know him, Tommy Scott. You know what I'm saying? They call him Lil Hand. You know what I'm saying? Him and Kit and James McKenzie, all of them on the same case. You know what I'm saying? You probably
Okay. Yeah. 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 I know what Ken's.
yeah. This my partner, Jay Zilla. This my partner. I'm talking him been we came in together and everything. While I'm out here, we don't got the money. I don't pay the lawyer and everything. Now he mad at me because he took the money from the lawyer, said the lawyer was moving fast enough. He already done did like 27 years or whatever, know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
like, and listen, this is the crazy part. The lawyer is my man, bro. And get what? You know this, and me and you know this. Everything ain't got to do with nothing with law. A lot of times it's relationships, bro. Yeah, what the lawyer tell you know, lawyers can't talk to you straight up. The lawyer telling me to tell him we waiting on the other district attorney to get in the seat, and I'm gonna backdoor the whole situation, and we gonna let you go, bro. Man, I don't know what was going on with this dude, bro. I like, bro. I say let's make
Because they don't understand. It's like playing Monopoly. You just
exactly,
gotta follow the rules, follow the proper procedure. That's all it is. It's just proper procedure.
man. That's it.
And that's what I'm about to let y'all know about this money issue too. We all millionaires. It's just proper
Exactly,
procedure.
no
We
doubt,
all millionaires. Trust me, I got it. I can show y'all how to get it. It's there. It's been there, and it's gonna always be there. Why? Because it's always been ours. Always been ours. We
man.
just
Get
didn't. We
Man,
just didn't know.
and get what? That's the crazy part. When you know it's half of the battle, bro. And that's the only thing about it, man. Just like I like tell people, like they be like, bro, you got a whole bunch of money. Man, I got A1 credit, which everybody got A1 credit. You gotta understand you could get anything that you want. They actually gonna give it to you, bro. And then guess what? People don't man, listen, you could borrow
Listen,
more money than you can make. You could
you ain't listen. This on the money tip. Listen, this is what y'all do. Everybody that's watching, please do this. If you have not done it already, get yourself an LLC because you want to separate your personal credit from your business credit.
no doubt.
Okay, that's when you get an EIN number. That's gonna be not gonna be just like the same thing as a social security number for of a
Mm-hmm.
business. You understand me? Then when you go open up your business account, they're going to ask you that you're going to have want to go to a clerk and open up your business account. So you go back in the office, and they're going to ask you throughout the questioning of about your business. They're going to ask you how much is your business worth? You know, what is it making? How much are you making a year?
Exactly.
The amount that you give them is the amount that's going to be on your business credit.
Exactly.
So tell them a number between the range of 3.5 and 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Any number in between there is a safe number. You tell them that number because that number is going to be the number that they're going to put on that card. When you walk
Mm-hmm.
out that door, that's how much your business is going to be worth when you walk out that door.
Exactly. And then get what, brother? People don't even understand that you could, you know what I'm saying, project your earnings. Like they ask you what you plan to earn with your business, you could project your earnings, and there's no
That's
lie.
that's
Whatever you say you
that's
want to
it.
project to earn, you know what I'm saying? And people be
Uh,
so bold about 20, 30, 40, 50. You can project, like you say, 3.5 million to $2 million. That's what you project to earn, you know what I'm saying? With the knowledge, man, boy, you smart. But we going on into the hour. I'm gonna try to wrap this on in. We gonna cause we don't went through the law, man. I'm talking this is gonna be education. This is gonna be some meat, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so the law aspect, I just want to make sure that they get this.
Okay.
Get this. You have to file an open records request because an indictment is an indictment unless it was handed down in open court.
Mm-hmm.
Trump found this out because when his indictment was handed down, it was not in open court.
Mm-hmm.
Open court is defined as being during the time in the courtroom when court is being held, during the time when the public can be present, with the judge being there and being there, because the clerk is the one who records the minutes of the proceedings of a court.
Exactly.
Okay, the clerk is the court. People don't understand that the clerk is the court. The judge is no one. The
No
judge ain't
doubt.
nobody but referee sitting at the volleyball or the tennis net.
Exactly. You right
All
now.
right. So what's going on is that you have to get the indictment handed down in open court, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
definition of what open court is. When the
Mm-hmm.
bailiff hands the indictment to the foreman, where the foreman hands the indictment to the bailiff, and the bailiff takes it to the judge, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's read, and the court report, and the clerk records the minutes of this and the timing of this, and this when the indictment is being entered upon the record of the court.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is how an indictment is. An indictment is how it is handed down. Okay, this is the process. Okay, now during Trump's hearing, when the indictment was being handed down, the district attorney left the courtroom with the indictment, went into the hallway, went down the hallway into the hole in the wall where the clerk was, and handed the indictment to the clerk.
Oh
So
yeah.
that meant that what? The clerk was not present in the
Exactly.
courtroom when the indictment was handed down.
Exactly. For real, boy. That's big there. That's real talk, man.
So
That real
therefore
talk.
the indictment was not delivered in open court
Exactly.
by their own definition of what open court is.
No doubt.
So
Like you
what's
say, you
been
got to learn the rules, how to play the game.
going on in this state is that there is no grand jury hearings that's been going on. What's going on is that the district attorney is not compelling the grand jury and going through the personal process where the witnesses are sworn in and then they're giving testimony and all this. What he's doing is that they're going ahead and they're writing up the indictment. Between him and the clerk is being stamped true bill, and then the clerk going ahead and filing it. They bypassing the whole Supreme Court. I mean, the whole grand jury, and
The
that's
whole
what's been going.
Constitution. The whole
That's what's been
Constitution.
going on in a whole lot of individuals' cases.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the fraud that's been going on, because on the UCC side, dealing with the straw man issue of your Social Security that was created in order to create and turn the American citizen into what, a corporation, because corporations can only do business with other corporations. They can't do business with a flesh and blood human being. So that's why
Exactly.
when the Great Depression hit back in 1929, and then before they reincorporated, you had the Bilderberg Group, the United Nations, the Bilderberg Group, the United Nations, and it was another group. It was three of them, and they got together, and what they created was called the New Deal. Once they reincorporated, because America is a corporation, so when they reincorporated, the first name of it was what was it? American a Commonwealth of America, something like that.
Okay.
That's when we were the presidents of America.
Okay.
And it was like seven. I think we had 7 to 11. It was 7 to 11 of us was already presidents of that corporation. That
When you
under that
say
name.
of us, what do you mean of us?
You see me, don't you? Can you
I'm
see
just,
me
you know
now?
what I'm saying, for the people, you know what I'm saying, that's hearing that they might think they missed something. Yeah, they might think you might be
Yeah, yeah.
talking about something else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you want, I mean, who else? We was the first.
No doubt.
We
True
did
indeed.
vision. You know what I mean? So once they had went and came and attacked us, they reincorporated under the name United States.
Mm-hmm.
And the first president of that corporation was George Washington.
Okay.
Okay, so then coming up into to about 19, I think it was 1908, 1909, in that era, they came up with the idea where they wanted to start a credit system. So when they
Okay.
started the credit system, it wasn't until 1929 when they started to start doing these business audits that they come to find out that what most of their money was all out here in credit, and what the business really didn't have no money. That's what caused
Exactly.
the Great Depression and caused the stock market. Yeah,
Fact.
I
When
mean,
they found out it wasn't bagged by gold. When they found out it wasn't no gold
oh
over there for real.
no, oh that was later. That was later. See, they
Oh,
just they did that later. So when that happened, so that corporation went bankrupt. All right,
okay.
they filed chapter on that corporation. This is all business now,
No
up under the
doubt.
Pope, up under the Pope. Remember that. Remember I said that up under the
Under
Pope.
the Pope. I hear you.
Yeah. All right, so they filed chapter. So once they filed chapter, you like I said, you had the United Nations, the Border Poor Group, and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Okay, they all get together and they had to devise a way in order to still raise some money for America because,
Mm,
right, they couldn't go back to slavery anymore. You feel what I'm
exactly.
saying? So what they came up with a plan said, dang, let's enslave the whole populace. So they're like, how are
Mm,
we gonna do that? I said, listen, we're gonna turn them all into corporations so we can use them as businesses and we can siphon money like that. So
mm-hmm.
that's when they came up with what's called the New Deal. And so when they reincorporated the business again, they reincorporated under the name United States of America, INC, and all of its derivatives and things. Okay. And the first president of that corporation was Frederick Delano Roosevelt. And he is
Okay.
and being the president of the corporation, just like McDonald's Corporation,
Exactly.
the president of the corporation presented an executive order because he's an executive of what the corporation. He executed
No
executive
doubt.
order. So you can find whatever number the executive order come up under. But one of the executive orders was for everybody, which was specifically said U.S. citizens. It said all U.S. citizens turn in your gold billion coin certificates, and he
Mm-hmm.
had it posted. He had it posted at all the post office boxes across the American states.
Okay.
And then it had penalties placed up under it, up under the postings. Those will be incarcerated or sent to the farm at that particular time
Okay.
if you don't turn in your gold billion to that other U.S. citizens. Now, all the Americans were tricked to think that they was U.S. citizens. They are not U.S. citizens. A
Okay.
U.S. A U.S. citizen is an individual that is an employee of the government of the United States of America, INC. Also, a U.S. citizen is the individual who lives within the 10 square radius of Washington, D.C., which is what? Columbus.
Columbus. Yep.
That
Yep.
is the 10, that's the 10 square miles that was annexed from Virginia and Pennsylvania in order for them to incorporate that 10 square miles of land. That is a business. Everything that happens on there is fed. Spitting
Yep.
on the sidewalk, fed.
Exactly.
Whistling at the woman the wrong way, fed.
Mm-hmm. You're right, well. You're
Okay,
right.
so I'm just letting y'all know this is jurisdiction. This whole land is broke down by jurisdiction. You got a whole bunch of different levels of government. You got a state government, you got a federal government. They are
Exactly.
separate. They are
Exactly.
separate. And then you got our government that we've been slacking on, but we about to tighten up.
Okay,
Uh,
bet.
but all right. So during this time, once they reincorporated under that name and issued the executive order, the people that turned in their gold billion, everybody turned in their gold.
Okay.
Then one of the next directions that he sent out was he sent out to all of the government agencies, which is called the United States Printing Manual.
Okay.
In this manual, it taught all of the directors how to subsequently change the American populace into a corporation by creating the straw man. The straw
Mm-hmm.
man is your name. They capitalize it because a call capitalized name means a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you get your bills and stuff, your name is what? In all capital letters because it's representing the corporation upon the what? The social security number that they had mandated in the new bill in order for everybody to start getting. With the social security
Exactly.
number, the birth certificate, and the driver's license was
Mm-hmm.
in the new bill. And that's when and that was an entity which was a new identity that they created in your name and they attached the social security number to it. And so when you was born, they took the They took the placenta of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
They went and drew that when they take the baby, they take the baby away. They be drawing the genes out the baby. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That, and they put it in the bag and they put it on file with your social security number and your birth certificate and everything else. And that is a whole nother person. That is the representative of the corporation that they just created in your name,
Exactly.
worth $600 million
That's
from
crazy,
the
man.
jump. It's bigger now. It started out at $600 million each one of them
Mm.
from your birth. And
That's crazy.
this the money that they be using.
Let me ask you something just for the public, you know what I'm saying, the people that listen in. So you read the book, The Redemption Act, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like a lot of people, I had read that book too. A lot of people miss them, you know what I'm saying, codes that we really vibe by, you know what I'm saying, dealing, you know what I'm saying, with the creditor and the straw man and the entity of being a sovereign person. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of broke that down. But any people that want to get deeper into this situation, you know what I'm saying, that's where you could go get it from, you know what I'm saying? The redemption. The book is out there everywhere.
Yup, yup.
So
Yeah, I got that.
you
I got
got, I know
that.
you got that. I can tell you got that, and you've been working that. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
And I,
But this
you
is
know, I,
it.
the redemption. Okay, no
No,
doubt.
this
Oh,
is this is this is the evidence that Johnny Cochran needed
no
in
doubt.
order
That's
for you to get.
crazy.
I got it. It's right
That's
here.
crazy. You got the baby in
This
your hand.
this this is this is the declaration, the official attestation on the official stationery from the clerk of court, stating that that there is no grand jury minutes, no records of anything of my grand jury hearing.
That's
Period.
crazy, boy. That's crazy, man.
And then I have from the district attorney's office, because the district attorney is the only individual that's able to have a recording of the grand jury proceeding. But
Exactly.
they have to hire a stenographer. So I have right here saying that they telling me that they did not hire a stenographer for the grand jury hearing of my indictment. And then they said they do not hire any stenographers for any cases in Georgia. And see it signed right there. You see it down there
I see it. I see it clear as day, man. They don't even know
on
what they saying, though.
on the official stationery. You see what date it is?
Okay.
August 6, 2024.
I see it. I see it, man.
I just got it. I
That's
just got it.
you just got it.
August 6, 2024. And then and then this one was sent out. This is from the Attorney General's office. This is the AG,
No doubt.
July 16th, 2024.
No doubt. It's crazy.
You see the seal right there
I see
coming
the
from the
Georgia
office.
Steel over there.
Okay. Okay. And this is from an open record request that I sent to him, requesting the minutes of the grand jury proceeding, the sworn in testimony of the baby, the sworn in testimony of the witnesses, everything, all pro tonk orders, everything. And he's responding saying that he's sending me everything that he got,
No doubt. So you shouldn't have nothing else.
and it ain't in there.
That's crazy, boy. Hey, man.
So
Man.
I covered all three levels of government. This is what we
Exactly.
have to do. You got to cover your bases, because once you start going to the courtroom, they know they loopholes, so they be trying
Yeah.
to wiggle around you. So you got to be able to box them in.
You got
So
to
this
already have it before they even go hide it. Because if you go try to first, then they're going to go try to get it or try to make it, try to manifest evidence. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, but
That's
you,
right.
you,
So
you,
now I got all three of them in my possession.
hey, boy, hey, you got to send some copies out and everything to make sure people get that, man. Because this way, you don't,
Listen, I already done spent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I already done spent $100 having to draw
mm,
it off my books, doing
exactly.
it straight up, paying for 100 copies, and I still ain't been up there to get it. It's been over a year.
That's crazy, man. That's
I still
crazy.
ain't been to get my copies.
It's been over a year.
It's been over about a year. It'll be a year in what, August?
Let me ask you something. You said you already got a lawyer already.
I just got one. Like I
Eh, eh,
said,
Were they from
on the
down
phone.
that way? Where they from?
Yeah, they from down this way, Bainbridge.
Bainbridge. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, well, how are they talking?
Okay, right now I haven't been able to speak to him directly
No doubt.
outside of when I had my last hearing. My last hearing was just like I said, it was a status hearing.
Mm,
I spoke to him briefly when they came to see me to make sure I had them sign my contract. Um, we spoke we spoke very briefly about on my criminal aspect. Like I said, they're here for my lawsuit. Like I
no doubt.
said, when I was telling you I was dealing with the Klan, when I
Mm-hmm.
found out that the clans was of my judges, from the magistrate judge and the district judge,
No doubt.
the Most High sent somebody in my way to help me get them out of my way. So,
No doubt.
but it took me a whole year to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So it took me a whole year to do it. So once I got them out the way, then I was able to get somebody in the way that would help me along the way. So so now that that has occurred, then when I contacted them officially, then we set it up, and that's how I got appointed representation, because
No doubt.
I have been denied representation all this time. I've been prosecuting the pro se myself.
No
You feel what I'm
doubt.
saying? So I just been battling in the attorney general's office and the district judges and the magistrate judges on my own. You
Going
know
to
what I
war.
mean?
Back against the
Yeah.
wall. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, I ain't go to school for this. You know what I mean? Y'all
Exactly.
tripping.
But
Y'all
for
tripping.
real.
But it is what it is. I ain't mad at it.
But
But
hey, man, I asked a lot of brothers this too, you know what I'm saying? Like what is your mental state at this moment? Like mentally, you know what I'm saying, your mental health, or, you know what I'm saying, at this moment, you know what I'm saying? How are you feeling mentally?
stress,
Stress.
anxiety.
Mm,
I'm still in shock, like day one.
no doubt.
Am I here for real?
Mm, that's
God.
crazy, man.
Every day I thought it was the last day. And
And they
then
don't even understand that, man.
and then every moment, you feel like it's the last moment, because at any given, it's like it ain't no every out there is any given Sunday.
Mm. And then even give a
In here,
day.
and it's even worse than that now, bro. It ain't even any given day.
Mm,
It's any given sound.
that's crazy, boy.
It's any given sound.
Mm,
The wrong sound. You hear. When you hear a particular sound and it ain't sounding the way it's supposed to sound,
mm.
because you know what it is.
Man, I know
And
exactly what you're saying.
they do whopping on it. They do whopping on it like Skittles. Yeah, they do whopping on it like
Man, that
Skittles.
junk crazy, man. That junk crazy, man.
Like I
Man.
said, they just, what I'm saying, they just popped off. So we done been down 14 already,
No
because
doubt.
they done popped off and laid out three.
Yeah, I'm up on
Wound,
that war going
wounded
on.
wounded 12. They said, okay, they buried three, sent 12 to the hospital with a guard. So we done been locked down for 14 days now because behind that.
Let me ask you something. Do you know what it was all about, or just pressure, stress? I mean, like, what would have happened with the situation? I'll bring it up, know what I'm saying? The war between the Bloods and the GDs. I mean,
Like I say, my focus, like I said, I had to make a decision. I can't save everything and save everybody.
no doubt.
But I got a mission, you know, and I had to make a decision. If you're gonna be about the mission, you got to be about the mission.
No doubt.
So all these unforeseen circumstances that come about, you can't let that defer you if you
Mm,
about the mission. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So you got to be about the mission. So your energies must be focused on the mission and be given towards an investment to the mission in order for the mission to be successful. So
You're absolutely right. You're
that picture
absolutely
when
right.
they say that picture of the man with the world on his back,
No doubt.
he carrying the mission.
Exactly.
He putting everything on him. He ain't looking for no help.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because he making sure every move and step that he make is going to be accommodating to how he can be able to accomplish it. So he going to make it tailor made for him. So he going to know how to move and make it everything shake and bake. You feel what I'm
Man, you,
saying?
you know what the crazy part? I just went to talk to my brother today, and he dealing with cancer, right? So he got a lot of emotional situations going. Well, the cancer out, but he going through chemo or whatever situation. And one of the things I told him, I said,
THC.
brother, huh?
He needs some
What?
THC.
Yeah, man, he's smoking some plenty of weed. Said some garbage weed though, but
He need
the oil
the
pen.
no, he need to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And food. You know how
I'm
shout
definitely
out
gonna tell him that.
shout out two chains most expensivest. You understand me? I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a shout out, bro. Yeah, you're doing good. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you.
Okay, no
All
doubt.
right.
Shout out to Two Chain.
Yeah. So yo,
He
he
need
if you have
THC. I need to tell him
yeah
he need to eat THC.
he need to get him a diet. Find out the diet restaurant for that because there's plenty of them that make the food with the THCs in it and stuff like that. Yeah,
I'm
but
definitely finna help him on that. But let me go back what I had told him. I said, bro, what the problem is, you know what I'm saying, that you put people in a position for them to fail you. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put people in the position where I can look and say he turned on me, he crossed me. Because a lot of times we be looking for other people to be us. And other people
mhm,
ain't us. So what we would do,
of
it
course
don't
not.
mean that's what they gonna do. You know what I'm
You're right.
saying?
You're right.
So that so what you were just saying, like having that world on your back, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that world on your back and you gotta have blinders on. Cause a lot of things gonna come different directions and they're gonna try to throw you off that path. And I told my brother the same thing, even though he's dealing with cancer, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times he be thrashing out. I say, bro, let me tell you something. Like I just come off vacation, like, bro, you act like you don't even know that I'm dying or whatever. You know, they going through this pity part. I said, man, do you know everybody dying? Everybody's dying every day. Ain't no
Tell tell him read Job. He forgot about Job.
man. Listen, man, it's
Job,
a
the Most High allowed they see they ain't doing they ain't doing their proper studies.
no
See
doubt,
the Most High allowed Job after Satan went to the Most High.
no doubt.
To say because Satan went to the Most High when the sons of God went to the Most High to present their offering. Satan was right there with them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think Satan don't follow the rules now.
Exactly. He was right there
All
with
right?
him. Mm-hmm.
He was right there with them. And the Most High asked Satan. He said, what have you been doing? He said, traveling up and down on earth. He said, did you find anything? He said, I have not. He said, I have not found one. He said, I have not found one that I cannot get. And the Most High said, have you considered my servant Job?
Mm-hmm.
He's the most, and Satan said, but of course, Job got everything. He would definitely, of course, he follow you. Of course, he love you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Of course, he love you. Of course, you give him
Exactly.
everything. He got everything. He got 7 sons and 7 daughters and all this gold and all these everything,
Yeah.
wives and land. And, you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Of course, he love you. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, he won't
Mm-hmm.
deny you. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, he won't reject you.
Mm-hmm. Boy, you be on it, boy. You own it, boy.
So,
You dropping that wisdom, boy. You dropping that wisdom and that knowledge.
so the Most High said, oh, so the Most High said, oh, is that it? You must not know my servant Job.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, so Satan say, see, if you take your hand off of him,
Mm-hmm.
let me get to him. I bet, I bet he'll denounce you.
Mm-hmm.
He spit
Mm-hmm.
on your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
Satan told him.
exactly.
Most High sitting there like, oh, for real, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't kill him.
No doubt.
Satan said, yes, Father, and went on about it business and sent the demons out.
Mm-hmm.
The demons get into his sons,
Mm-hmm.
get into his daughters.
Mm-hmm.
He lose all of them. Still, Job ain't tripping. Trust me. I'm talking about everybody stink because he got his composure.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time that the sons of the Most High go and present themselves, their offering and thanksgiving to the Most High, of course, like I said, Satan right there too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Most High asked Satan, say, what you got going on with that Job? He said, he ain't budging.
He's standing strong.
He ain't budging.
No doubt.
he's, he's still 10 toes.
No doubt.
I don't know what you doing with that one right now. I'm gonna find out.
He built different. He built different.
He built it. He cut from a different cloth. Yeah, something y'all can't well.
No doubt.
All right, so he said, but I bet you if you let me touch his body. So Most High granted it too.
Mm-hmm.
Go back, that's when boy got the boils and sores and all type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on. I mean, it was so bad. He was sitting there, the queen, she's smoking him out, keeping the incense and the smoke on him and keep him, trying to keep him cool and things that another, but you know how it go. Applying the sol, you know how that go. But
Everything, man.
when the Most High decreed, and he allowed that to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what comes with understanding.
No
So
doubt.
there's no
True indeed.
panic. What you panicking for? You already know what's going on. Just chill and relax. Ride it out.
Ride it out, ride it out, boy, ride it out, boy. Hey, boy, you ain't doing nothing but selling the truth, boy. You ain't doing nothing but selling the truth, boy.
So
You
we
know,
just cooling. Like it's Kit Kat cooling.
that's it, kick back cooler, man. Then I told her, I was telling one of my partners, I said, man, I ain't never seen a lion worry about being in the jungle.
What?
Man,
I ain't seen a lion worried. I
point
ain't.
blank, period, man. And he
What?
ain't the biggest. He ain't the biggest, but it's his
What?
attitude, man. It's his
Man,
attitude, man. Hey,
it
man.
just you know. So like I said, they just need to do their proper studies. But like I said, all this is coming to a head because as the Most High had said that all this was going to happen. I've been I've been reading the signs and I've been following the timeline.
Man,
If you
hey,
understand what I'm saying. So
man.
by me being the Most High, I mean, like I said, I'm thankful and I'm grateful because He gave me the mental knowledge
Discernment.
and discernment and the keen eye, not the physical eye, but the spiritual eye, for
No
me to
doubt.
recognize His spiritual signs
Mm,
on this physical realm.
no doubt.
So, so from that aspect, I was able to follow the timeline and be able to read the signs through the timeline.
Mm,
And how I learned how to read the signs was I started with the Torah because that is where the signs were being written down. One of the first signs was the rainbow, which
no
was
doubt.
the first covenant that the Most High had gave to creation.
No doubt.
And that covenant of the rainbow that Most High gave to creation was a token. He said, "I will put a token of our covenant that I make with you," because he was given a promise of a covenant that he would no longer destroy the earth by water.
Exactly. Exactly. I
And,
remember.
he said, "A token of the covenant will be what? I will put a bow in the cloud as
No
a
doubt.
token. And when you see this bow, you will know that I remember you, and I remember the covenant that I make between you and thee,
Hmm.
between me and thee." Yeah.
Yeah, boy, you been studying, boy. You been on you, man. You been on your journey, boy, for real, man. You been on your walk, and just like you say, everything for a purpose, bro. And it
Yeah.
ain't no telling what you finna do, man. You probably finna change the world.
Oh, it's already changed the world. The world always changed, and that's what I'm trying to
Mm.
told you.
No doubt. No
Oh
doubt.
yeah, you hashtag me that. I don't know how to get that. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I tried to told you.
I tried to told you. Okay,
I
okay,
tried to
okay.
told you. That's me.
Okay, I
Yeah.
tried to told you. Okay,
So
it's
don't,
for
so
real.
don't let nobody back that. I'm trying to get the hashtag on that. I don't know
No
how to
doubt.
do it.
Oh,
I'm find out.
no doubt. You gotta do that. You gotta do that. You got
But
I'm
yeah,
glad, man, that you
yeah,
standing like, man, you don't drop some real jewels, bro. Like I know, man, these brothers gonna go listen to this podcast and they really gonna go do some research. Cause boy, let me tell you, like you say, that light come on inside your head and that
man.
question
Look,
mark, man.
I just want to get rid of the question mark. This, this,
Mm,
this, and this is what's going to be the biggest thing. And this was going to start the spark. And it came to me when I was speaking to my pops a couple of days ago, and I had to break it down to him. You know, we were deceived. We are not the minority. We are the majority. We always been the majority.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Boy,
we just the minority here in the northern hemisphere of North
mm,
America. That's it.
that's it.
And and that number is starting to balance out, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what's making them panic.
No
But
doubt.
I get on that later. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, what was done and what the big trick was done. So now we got to get our psychology right, so we be able to understand and recognize each other when we're looking at each other. So let me be able to get everybody's vision straight. Okay, let me get your vision straight. Your vision been altered by this. When Jesus hit the scene, it was prophesied. You're gonna look it up in the Torah. During Daniel's time, it was prophesied that what when he was taken up by the locks of his hair and taken off into the vision, after seeing things with the angels, this, that, and the other, the Most High told him to close up the book and no longer write into it. At this particular time, the Most High was declaring that at a particular time that the knowledge of the Most High would not be taught.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this time period that was being prophesied about, this time period is what's called in the American history books called the Hellenization era.
Okay.
During the Hellenization era, this is when King Alexander was coming through, raiding our tombs and things of that nature.
No doubt.
Okay, and also and what he also did, he had favored some French king, I believe, from French general, a process that he had practiced, that being that his army wasn't as big, so when he conquered things, he would inculcate the culture upon the land because he didn't have enough soldiers in order to man the land. But if he would change the culture of the land, then he would change the mind state of the people, and then he would rule them by that way.
Exactly.
So that's what he had implemented. And one of the things he implemented when he came and he conquered the land where Yahshua was going to be born at, he conquered that land and he implemented to where he had was persecuting all of the covenant holders, those who had the Torahs. So we were no longer allowed to be taught upon the penalty of death. Mm-hmm. And this is part of the setting that they took out of the Bible called the Maccabees 1 and 2. So you go look up Maccabees 1 and 2. Maccabees 1 and 2 will tell you about this era to where the children of Israel went off into the mountains.
Yep.
That's when they practiced guerrilla warfare. And then they would come down out of the mountains and attack the heathens in the city and retreat back off into the mountains because they were the covenant holders of the Most High that was being persecuted. This is Maccabees 1 and 2. Okay, now, so throughout this process, the Hellenization era, this was the time that the law and the word of the Most High was not being taught. So this was a generation that was not getting it.
No doubt.
So when Yahshua hit the scene, the individual whom they purposely called Jesus. So when Yahshua hit the scene and was amongst what? A generation of individuals that didn't know the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Exactly.
All right. So what happened is now that's why he was dealing with what he was dealing with. He was dealing with a population that was ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was dealing with the scribes, the Sadducees, and the Pharisees.
Mm-hmm.
The Pharisees was linked up with the Romans, which was the government. You had the Pharisees linked up with the Romans. The Sadducees, those were the ones that were still up on the Mosaic law, but they was using it to their own personal benefit in order to fleece the people with.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the scribes, were just the recorders and the tax collectors and things of that nature. So they were just doing it for the money.
No doubt. Exactly.
So they was all and they're the only ones that was reading the law. So they was reading what they wanted to the people.
Exactly. Exactly.
So when Yahshua came onto the scene, he seen this. So that's why he went to the temple. Because the first time when he went to the temple and stayed in the temple and taught in the temple, he was 12 years old. Because when Miriam came and they were looking for him, when he had left his father Yusuf from the shop thing they was doing, he had went down the way and walked to the temple and hearing the man speak, and he heard something that was incorrect.
Okay.
That's the only reason why he went in there. And he properly re-instructed and corrected the individual, but the individual an elder, and this was a youth. So it amazed them, not just was a youth because they would feel it would be disrespectful, but being that the knowledge and the wisdom that the youth instilled upon them that was accurately correct, that could none of them debate and debunk.
Mm-hmm.
It bewildered them. So that's what caused them to seek out his father.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And when that occurred, they put him upon the path of learning. So that's why when you hear in the Bible, it stopped recording of his age, and you don't hear nothing about him until later on when he's like 30.
Mm-hmm.
Now between that time frame, he was traveling throughout the world,
no doubt,
being taught. by monks, sheikhs, Buddhists, all that,
All the high learners.
all
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. That's true there. And do you know the reason why they took the books out the Bible?
Oh, yes. Now the reason why they took, okay, well, now this is how that would occur. That's what I'm getting to. So when Yeshua left the scene, okay, now Yeshua was a Nazarite. I mean, he got locks, he got dreads.
No
You feel what
doubt.
I'm saying? He liked Samson.
No
Read
doubt.
read King first Kings. You feel what I'm saying? Samson. Yeah. Okay. So this is the dread man. The only being that he was a locksman, they couldn't recognize who he was. So they had to have somebody point him out. So when the motion was to point him out, which said the one that I go kiss is the one who it is. So
Mm.
that was the one who Judas, who came into the company of Yahshua and kissed him on his cheek, and that would
Mm.
let the authorities know who Yahshua was, because they didn't know who he was.
No doubt.
They
True
couldn't
indeed.
recognize, because we was all locksmen.
No doubt.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, so when Yahshua left the scene, the Roman Catholic Church got together and they commissioned Paul, who was Greek, and they commissioned Paul to go up and down with the gospel of Yeshua, and to inculcate and incorporate the cultures of the people that he came into. This is what created Christianity. That's where
Mm.
you get all your pagan holidays and stuff, because these are the pagan holidays and stuff of them that they
Mm.
incorporated into Yeshua's teaching.
Mm.
Okay, so So once this was done, then they went and they commissioned the famous painter Michelangelo
Mm.
to paint them a picture of a Jesus. And the first picture that he painted, now this is what's in discrepancy that I haven't been able to prove, but we don't know if it's the picture that he painted was either of his Florentine uncle or his gay son. We don't know which one it was, but it's which is one of them. You feel what I'm
Mm.
saying?
No doubt.
So this is the picture that was painted and represented, and they called it Jesus. So they changed his name from his Hebrew name Yeshua to Jesus, which is in the Greek name Zeus,
Mm.
because Zeus is their Greek god.
Exactly.
Now, this is the funny thing about all of that. Zeus is their Greek god. You know
Mm.
who Zeus is? Zeus is an African king that when he died, the Caucasians deitized and
That's
worshiped.
crazy.
And so much time had passed that they didn't even forgot how it all done happened. And they just thought he would just they just worked him with this guy. They didn't even know. Feel what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So
True
then
indeed.
so now when they come all the way back full circle to where now you done renamed one of the kings the same name as the guy that y'all worship.
Exactly. That's crazy. That's God intervention, man. It come
You
all the
see
way
how the
back
joke come all the
306
way back
degrees.
on them, right?
It come
See?
back all the way right. It's hard to cover up a lie. Boy, it's hard to cover up a lie, boy. For real, boy.
So so now they don't, now this was called name sacrilege. And this is a lesson that was left as a jewel in the Torah in the book of Daniel, because when Daniel was captured, when the children of Israel was captured by Nebuchadnezzar, and
Mm.
Daniel being young amongst the children of the Nazarites, and a eunuch was placed up over the children, the eunuch was to make Daniel and all the rest of the children eat of what they ate. But being that he was a Nazarite and of a Ras, we have particular diets that we eat. We don't eat all that meat and blood and stuff, because we know that's against the blessings of the Most High that goes into our bloods, into our hair and our locks and everything else, and
Mm.
messes with our aura. You know what I'm saying? So he what the practice was is that Nebuchadnezzar didn't want the Most High name to be said, because in our culture, when we name ourselves and our children, the Most High name is in our name. So every time when you hear us and hear our name, you hear the Most High name. So the Nebuchadnezzar no longer wanted to hear the Most High name. So he did what was called name sacrilege. He changed their names. So that's
Okay.
why Daniel's name was changed to Belshazzar, and his
Mm-hmm.
other three cousins' name was changed to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all can
Exactly.
look that up in the Bible.
No doubt.
Okay. So that's a practice that they use called name sacrilege. So this is the
Mm,
same practice that they come back in Yahshua time and they use that same practice of name sacrilege. They change his name to what? One of their pagan gods' name.
exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Okay, so they did change his name from a Hebrew name to a Greek name. So now you didn't change his ethnicity. You didn't
Mm,
had this famous painter to paint a
mm,
white man, which is his Florentine uncle or his gay son. So now you didn't
yeah.
change his whole face. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then went and took his teachings and went and adulterated with all these pagan rituals and stuff in it and called it Christianity.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so once you did that, then what you did was you went and got all the scribes and you put them down in the dungeon upon the penalty of death, and you made them write you the King James version of the Bible, where you can put anything in it which you want it to be and take out what you wanted to take out.
That's crazy.
And in year 1611 is when the King James Bible was created. Once it was created, the Pope of that time blessed the Bible upon a benediction, and then that's when he wrote the contract to the Portuguese for the first slave trade to initiate. Because up under that Bible and that during that benediction, he declared that the Africans was up under God's jurisdiction and ordainment to be slaves, and that gave him the authorization or the right to contract to the Portuguese. Was the Portuguese industry? I can't remember the name of the company right off my head, but it started with the Portuguese because that was one of the first contracts, and they
Okay.
started the Atlantic slave trade. Yeah,
Exactly.
and they
That's
use
correct.
and they use the Bible in order to what mentally condition and change the mind state of us over here to
Exactly. And
control.
like you said that culture tampering too. You know what I'm saying? They changed
Yeah.
the whole culture with that temp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you
because
said.
it took the God mind out of you
Mm,
because now you equating God to them
no
to look
doubt.
like them. So now automatically just off of sight, you already into an inferior complex.
No doubt.
You got
Absolutely.
doubt automatically has been put into you. So you
Mm,
already getting backed up.
you're right. You're absolutely right. You're
You see what I'm
absolutely right.
saying?
And
Just
Eric,
just off of, just off of instinct. Because Carter G. Woodson put it best in his book when he say one of the examples they had mentally conditioned us back in the day to where if there wasn't a back door, we'll make one because we wouldn't walk through their front door because they had
mm,
conditioned us that way so much.
exactly. But that's crazy, boy. You absolutely right. Boy, we can see the door right there and won't even go through it, man. We want to take the
Yeah,
hard way. And that's like you say, even when it come down to knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like if you tell a person, hey man, you can make $1 million, the only thing you gotta do is build an LLC. They now I'd rather go out there and work a job and slave myself, you know what I'm saying? They'd rather go through the back door. It's crazy.
man, listen. You can go get you an LLC within 30 days. However case long it take. Then within that next 60 days, you can go to about 5, 6 different banks and
Mhm.
get credit for that LLC that you just got. And
Exactly.
each credit card that you get is going to be an amount of between 25,000 to 50,000 on each
Exactly.
card that you get from them things. Then you can go right back, clear out the inquiries because every particular bank of the three credit bureaus, that's where the inquiry put at. You go right back, go clear out those inquiries, and go right back to them same banks and go right back through the same process, get another line of credit from those bank. And now it's not going to be 50,000. It's going to be like 85,000, $120,000 credit card going all
Exactly.
the way through the same thing. So by the time you done went through 6, 8, 9 months, you got a good over a $500,000 in business credit right then and there, bro. So y'all go ahead and get it, man. It's free. This money out here,
Exactly.
2026. Go get it and make it happen. Take that money and make it happen. Make it happen. And then
Exactly.
y'all go get y'all a whole, which y'all go get y'all a whole life insurance. Go get y'all a
Exactly.
whole life
A
insurance policy.
key man life insurance, you know what I'm saying? So when you pass away, everything that's in debt, it pays off. You know what I'm saying? Be debt free for the next generation. I'm finna have to pull up, man. I gotta put
Not
my
that one.
huh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta put
You need. Yeah, go ahead.
we gotta do a part two, man. I gotta
Oh, you know.
handle some business over here, man. I guess
Handle your BS.
we never even got to the situation of the whole topic, so we got to do a part two, man. I mean, I'm feeling like, hey man, I enjoyed everything that you said, and I hope these brothers really pick up this episode because there's gonna be a lot of people that's incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, physically, not mentally, you know what I'm saying, that
No doubt, no
just by
doubt.
listening to what you talking about, they'll be able to free themselves because you really just gave them the blueprint, man. The whole
I'm
thing
trying.
that
Hey,
Johnny
like I
Cocker
said, I
was,
ain't trying to waste no. I ain't trying to waste no time. Let them know what's out here and it's here and it exists. I'm saying it's
man,
just
for
with
real.
me. I'm trying to get it out though.
Man, you don't
Like I
got
said,
it out there. I promise you don't got it out there, man. I'm telling you, man, like people go back and look at this interview right here and they can see what they supposed to be on. This is what I supposed to be on. This is what I need to be doing. Not smoking no K2.
man, listen, y'all go out there and y'all invest in all the companies out there. There's something called RIT, called capital R, capital E, capital I, capital T. Look it up. This is RIT. This is the industry that owns the businesses that these big corporations be working out of. Because the corporations don't own the businesses; they just renting these buildings and stuff in order to conduct their businesses in. But it's a RIT company that actually owns these businesses, like Home Depot, the casino down in Vegas, and all that type of stuff that own these. So go look up capital R, capital E, capital I, capital T, and then invest in the stock. The stock don't cost no more between what do you say, about $45 to $200. It ranges in between there per stock. And the dividends is gonna come out every 30 days. You're gonna get paid off the dividends, or every business quarter, however that stock is set up. And it's true because it's by law. The profit of stock, when they receive their money, the profit, they only able to keep 10%. And by law, they have to divide through dividends the other 90% to their stockholders.
Can I
So
ask this for the
it's free
brothers that's
passive money
incarcerated?
right there.
Can I ask this for the brothers that's incarcerated that may not know? Can you do this while you in there?
Who?
Just anybody that's in doing time. Can you do this while you in there?
Hey, can you
Doing it.
see me?
What's they do?
Am I clear to you?
You clear to me. You clear, you know what I'm saying? Mister, I don't told you. Now what it is,
Tried to told you.
I don't told you. Okay, okay. Well, we finna
Tried
get,
to told you.
I tried to told you, Mister. I don't tell y'all don't steal that. Now my man gonna incorporate. I mean, he gonna LLC that and get that what you gonna patent it. You know what I'm
All
saying?
day.
My man gonna patent that and we're gonna get back together, bro. Like I say, you got my number, man. So you know anything that you trying to do and you need some help on, man, and it's positive and can possibly help anybody else, man. Just hit my line, man. You know I'm out here, man. I got some motion going on, so we even talk off this situation. You know what I'm saying? I just
Oh,
try
it's
to get it
already
out there
done.
to the mass. No doubt, we're
Oh,
gonna
it's
stay
already
locked
done.
in. A
All
alike, C
right.
alike, B alike.
All day.
All
All
right,
day.
bro.
Bless up.
All right, peace, bro.